You are working late in your home office, reviewing project files for an upcoming client presentation. The room is dimly lit by your monitor, and the house is quiet except for the occasional hum of your computer fans. Your video conferencing app suddenly pings with an incoming call from a colleague you have collaborated with for months. The face on screen looks familiar, the voice sounds exactly right, and they casually mention specific details from your last meeting that only a close team member would know. They ask you to share your screen and walk through some confidential code changes together. Everything feels completely routine until a slight glitch appears in their video feed. Their movements seem a fraction off, and they begin pressing you urgently for login credentials to fix a shared repository issue right away. A subtle sense of unease builds as the conversation continues. Welcome to the Subtext Project. This episode explores North Korea's reported use of deepfake technology to build an insider army for cyber espionage and financial gain. State-sponsored actors create highly convincing synthetic media using generative adversarial networks, or GANs. These models are trained on large datasets of publicly available photos and videos, scraped from social media and professional networking sites. The process often begins with open-source intelligence gathering to harvest target photos, voice samples, and personal details. Attackers then generate video and audio overlays in real time or pre-recorded sessions. They combine this with stolen or purchased credentials for initial access. Once inside corporate networks, deepfake callers maintain long-term relationships. They extract sensitive data, plant malware, or facilitate broader supply chain compromises. The subtext lies in the erosion of the chain of trust. Traditional verification methods fail because visual and auditory cues, once reliable indicators of identity, are now easily forged with consumer-grade tools and advanced AI models. North Korean operators have reportedly refined these techniques over years, using them to target remote work environments where physical verification is rare. Picture yourself as a recruiter at a mid-sized software firm. Over several weeks, you interview a promising candidate via video calls. Their portfolio looks professional and checks out through initial searches. References respond promptly with positive feedback. The candidate demonstrates deep technical knowledge during multiple interview rounds and even shares relevant industry insights that align perfectly with your company's needs. You extend a generous offer, grant remote access to development environments, and the new hire begins contributing high-quality code almost immediately. Interactions feel productive and normal for months. Then, security alerts begin to surface. You discover large amounts of intellectual property quietly exfiltrated and sophisticated backdoors left in critical systems. The entire identity was a deep-fake construct operated by a remote team working in shifts. This allowed persistent insider access without any physical presence or travel records. This scenario highlights how deepfakes can scale traditional insider threats into global operations with minimal risk to the attackers. What appears as a single dedicated employee can actually represent a coordinated group, leveraging technology to bypass conventional security boundaries. Defending against deepfake insider threats requires proactive verification and technology awareness. Always use out-of-band confirmation for any sensitive requests involving access or data sharing. Schedule in-person meetings or voice-only calls when possible. Cross-check details against multiple independent sources rather than relying solely on video interactions. Implement hardware security keys for all critical accounts and enforce strict least privilege access controls. Deploy AI-powered deepfake detection tools that analyze microexpressions, lighting inconsistencies, audio artifacts, and unnatural blinking patterns. Monitor for behavioral red flags, such as irregular login patterns from new accounts, unusual data access volumes, reluctance to meet face-to-face, or overly polished but slightly inconsistent communication styles. For organizations, enforce mandatory video verification protocols combined with background checks that go beyond digital references. Conduct regular security awareness training focused specifically on synthetic media risks. Maintain robust logging with anomaly detection systems that flag deviations from normal user behavior. Individuals should limit personal media exposure online, review privacy settings aggressively, and remain cautious about sharing high-resolution photos or videos that could be used for training deepfake models. If you like the podcast, consider hitting the subscribe button to help support the channel, and welcome to the Subtext Project.